everybody. It's a Jersey Baseball Show today as we approach the start of the 2022 high school baseball season. We've got one of the top players in the Shore Conference here, happens to be a sophomore, 10th grader Sean Griggs from Red Bank Catholic. Cool news from Sean, obviously just made his verbal commitment to the University of Alabama, not for football, not playing for Nick Saban, but still playing for the really strong SEC Roll Tide baseball team. So we'll talk about some Alabama, some Shore Conference, some crazy stuff that happened during Sean's freshman year, some Niners baseball, make everybody happy. And welcome, Sean. Thanks for coming on today.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me.
100%. Let's get right to it. Finish a really good freshman year, which, like I said, we'll get to it in a little bit about how crazy it was just to be starting and playing every day as a freshman at a prestigious athletic and baseball, state power. But things really picked up for you in the summer, and then really in the fall got the power stroke going a little bit and opened up a lot of eyes. Let's take us through that and how that led to big time P5 schools and ultimately the University of Alabama.
Yeah, so at the end of school season, we had like a little camp going on at Red Bank Catholic for like little kids, and I was helping out there. And then my head coach, like, he let me know he's like some Big East schools like Seton Hall and St. John's. They wanted to talk to me, and then I haven't even started like summer ball then, so that was kind of crazy to me. But then like once summer ball came, it just really picked up. Like our team played really well. I was playing good, and like right away when we were playing at Lake Point, I was getting some interest from some big schools, and that definitely like just kept me going. And so when that picked up, UVA, I went to a camp there, and Louisville right after that, and then that was towards the end of our summer ball season, and I was just keeping in contact with these coaches, and like you said, like my power started to pick up towards like summer ball and the fall. I didn't really have much of that in the spring, and I honestly owe a lot of that to my trainer Val. But like as that started to come along, it just kind of made things like better for the recruiting process. And then Alabama just randomly saw me at Fort Myers in the fall, and then that just went from there. I talked to them from then, and then went to an MLK camp, and then probably a common answer for you, like they love the school, they love the campus, like, and then that's why they made the decision. But that's basically what happened. They just saw me randomly, and then it just kind of happened. It was wild.
That's crazy. It's such a great story, and it's a year ago at this time, if we'd be talking, you'd be like, well, geez, I hope I can, I know I'm pretty good, but I got to be a ninth grader in a really good starting lineup. And, our number one pitcher is going to be probably drafted. And, now we're talking a year later, and, there's a lot of big names in the Shore Conference, right? Where you got, just starting right with like Andrew Fisher right at the top and Zach Crotchfeld right at the top. And now when we talk about guys going to major conferences, Sean Griggs is right in that thing now. Kind of like a little mind-blowing to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like those guys, Zach and Fish, they both play in my program. So I'm pretty close to them. They've been talking to me a lot lately, and just keeping me in the loop of what everything that goes on from now. But Shore Conference, it's crazy. There's a bunch of competition in there. Like everyone wants to win in the Shore Conference. I mean, honestly, you can't beat it. It's the best competition in New Jersey. I mean, you obviously got the Don Bosco and Bergen Catholic in those schools, but I definitely have a lot of fun playing the Shore Conference.
And the rivalries are fun, and the students seem to get into it pretty good. You get some great fan support and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, we mentioned those guys, Zach and Andrew, and you are part of the Niners baseball club, right? Obviously that's the big organization down the shore. Logan Duffy, another one, right, from down there who's headed to Old Dominion. And has it been like those guys are a couple years ahead of you? You know, I mean, you might end up in the same place, but right now you've got their, you know, they've kind of gone through the recruiting experiences, things like that. Have you learned a lot from them?
Yeah, definitely. Like just maybe like if it was a few years ago or whatever, I'd watch them practice and like see everything that goes into it.
Hmm.
Not just like on the field, but like they'll take their reps and then the rest of the practice they'd just be watching and like learning from everything else. And I'm just like, all right, well, like that's something I should really consider. But like yeah, over the past few weeks especially, I talked to them a lot. Um, and yeah, I like they've definitely helped me a lot over the past like year or so, and just learning from them of what they have to say, picking their brains at practice or whatnot, whatever it takes. You know, they're really nice guys, always willing to help too. So they're definitely good
Definitely.
guys.
So you're a big college baseball fan, I'm sure, right? You'd be watching all year now, and you watch all these SEC games that are on, and you know they go through the NCAA tournament, and there are all these SEC teams, and now you're going to be thinking that's going to be me in a couple of years,
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, yeah, that's crazy. Honestly, like me and my dad were just trying to figure out like the SEC network thing. We're just gonna tune into like every single game, but yeah, it's definitely crazy to think, but I got a little while until there.
Yeah, but what does it do to your mindset to like, this is awesome, this is amazing, but like, I am not a finished, I mean, I'm in 10th grade too, and I watch these guys and they're throwing 95 and they're hitting bombs and they're like, does it help keep things in perspective for you? Like, this is pretty cool what I've done, but this is not where I want to end up either.
Absolutely, yeah. So honestly, like obviously everyone's goal is to like eventually be good enough to get drafted out of high school or whatnot. But like you just kind of got to take it like one step at a time. That's what I've been doing, and that's what I've learned from like other guys like Fish and Crotchbelt and Duffy or whatever it is. But like yeah, it's definitely you just got to take it one step at a time and like continue to grind things out because some things just are never gonna like some things won't work out and like catching up to that ball it's going 96 to 100 on the weekend games. So, like it's definitely nerve wracking, but I think with like work with some of those guys over the next few years, and I know with practice and all that, I think
Yeah.
I'm just definitely excited. You know.
You better start taking those live ABs from Zach because that's going to be the level of guys you're going to have to face, right?
Yeah, he was talking about that the other day. He said, "You guys want to do live next week?" I'm like, "Absolutely, let's do it."
That's right. That's right. Jack Leiter, yeah, he's all, oh, I got to face Jack Leiter now. You know, it's like
Yeah,
it's insane to me. That's okay. So yeah. Speaking of crazy things, right? Ninth grade. You know, most people are just trying to figure their way out around the school when they're in ninth grade. You know, maybe they're on the JV team. Maybe they see a few varsity at bats. You know, nothing too crazy. You know, you're at a power program. You know, Red Bank Catholic in the Shore Conference and able to and earn your way into the starting lineup right from game one. And your game one wasn't like anybody else's game one. I mean, there was some crazy stuff going on, right? Tell us, you know, you're playing on the Shane Panzini domination tour, and he's starting opening day. What was that like? How many scouts were there that you remember? And what was kind of like your emotions being a ninth grader playing in front of all these people the first game?
it was definitely crazy. I mean, just like even the bus ride there, the tension, it was just like it was different. Like, but the older guys definitely brought me in. They made me a little bit more comfortable going into that situation. So, and then honestly, I didn't think too much of it. I was as I was playing. Like, I mean, I didn't even notice the scouts at that point. But like, all my teammates had my back and were supporting me throughout whatever happened. And then, I mean, a couple of clutch hits came through and was able to help my team win. And then honestly, I was kind of used to like the scouts being there to that at that point because I remember like it was our first inter squad and we're there like we're at Count Basie at like 8 in the morning or so, and we were there for like or like an 8:30 practice, and we were gonna inter squad, and we're like, me and my friends, we look out the window and there's like 30 scouts there already. And we're just like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. But
Yeah.
yeah, it definitely like helped me out and like get comfortable with it a little bit.
What did you learn from Shane and watching how he went about things and stuff like that last year?
Definitely being able to stay composed and going through pressure, not being able, or not just like getting in his head a whole lot. He just continued to pound the zone or pick his teammates up and just keep battling no matter what like the circumstance was.
Yeah. Now you were pretty humble, and I appreciate that when you just said a couple of hits and kind of helped the team win the first game. In that 2-0 game, you were the only guy there with 2 hits, scored 2 runs, right? That was all the offense. Being a freshman playing on varsity, was that maybe more important than you realized to come out and have like a really strong first game, and like how much it was, hey, yeah, I belong, proving my way in the starting lineup?
Oh yeah. So like when I once my coach like gave me the opportunity to be on varsity, like I was just like, wow. I mean, that's like that has been a dream since I started freshman year. But yeah, like once after that first game, everything just started to click. And then like I said, my teammates were like all there supporting me, and it just made everything easier that way. But I definitely, yeah, it definitely helped me that game especially to just like keep things rolling throughout the season.
And what did you learn about leadership? I mean, I've seen plenty of situations where a ninth grader comes in, gets a lot of time, and there's a lot of jealousy, right? It just that's but what did you learn from having such a close team where there really wasn't that, where everybody really was together, brought you on, made you a part of the team right away? What did that do as far as your own like perspective on leadership as you become an older, more established kind of part of the team?
Right. So I mean, obviously it starts with just picking your teammates up. Like, they make a mistake. Like you just gotta tell them to keep their head up, make the next play. But my teammates did that for me. And obviously like there wasn't a lot of jealousy at all. Like all my
Right.
teammates were so supportive. Like right away after I was told I made varsity, like I had all the juniors and seniors congratulating me. Just made everything kind of feel better. And made me feel like, everyone was just so supportive, and it's right where I belong.
So what's the goals for this year? Where do you feel like you want to spend most of your time to improve? I know you got to, you played kind of out of necessity in the outfield last year for high school. Got to show the leather at the corner a little bit, hot corner a little bit in the fall. What's your goals to improve now as you become closer and closer to graduating?
Right. So this off season, I was just really working, getting bigger, stronger. Like everybody wants to do that every winter, but honestly, it's just breaking things down, like understanding my body and how it moves and all that, and everything goes into it. Like when if you're fielding a ground ball or hitting the ball, but that's really my focus is the movements that my body make and understanding my body, and then honestly, it's just smoothing up everywhere. I want to be as smooth as I can in the field, get rid of the ball quick, have all those things and still be able to like be versatile and play wherever my coach would need me.
Absolutely. Some random questions here for you. Now we get the tough stuff. Um, Favorite professional team, any sport?
I got to go with the Yankees. They're always getting my back, winning, but falling short in the playoffs.
It's been a rough few years, but that's at least they're getting to the playoffs. You can see I've got the yeah. So we're not going to say too.
Oh,
We're not going to say too much. Um, Favorite college team?
I got to go with my Roll Tide now, but
Good. I was going to say that was an easy question. You had to get
yeah. I like watching a whole bunch of college teams, but I've been a Virginia Tech fan ever since like my sister went there. But yeah, I'm definitely I don't really care who wins in college ball. It's just exciting to watch.
And that's an okay. I mean, Virginia Tech is still an okay answer because you got the family hook up there, and they're in the ACC, so it doesn't really matter.
Right.
Um, if you could be D1 at any other sport, what would you pick?
I gotta say football.
So you got
You know,
the
just
family, you got the family tradition, right? You got your brother Michael is at Colgate.
right.
Any other reason other than just I haven't seen enough of his games.
Well, I mean, it's just a lot of fun. I mean, you got a bigger squad, like more teammates, and then honestly, just going out there and competing, like hitting people. Everything's just fun about football, except
So
for the injuries.
if you could like somehow brainwash Coach Saban and sneak your way onto the sidelines or something for a couple of games, you would want to do that. I would think Alabama football would be kind of crazy.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Team in the Shore Conference that you get most excited to play against.
Rumson Fairhaven.
And
Haven't like we lost to them twice, tied once. It was just last year. It was definitely like it just got me so angry after we lost to them. So like
they're
I'm definitely
good.
looking. Yeah, they're very good.
Yeah. No, I was just wondering, are there a lot of Niners guys that play there too, or not?
Yeah, I mean their whole team is practically Niners.
So you got a little bit of internal, or not internal rivalry, but kind of rivalry that way, right? Bragging rights.
Yeah.
Favorite place that you have played outside of the Shore Conference? So it could be high school, or it could be, summer, it could be wherever.
Um, I really enjoyed Fort Myers, just the beautiful weather down there, palm trees as soon as you get there, and then honestly, like the fields were just beautiful.
Yeah, I kind of like low key don't know if I love or hate when people send the pictures back and it's like 40, 50 degrees here and they're like 80 in palm trees and they're like, yeah, weather's great. I'm like, I don't know how to react to that. It's like, you want to feel happy for him, but like I kind of hate him at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Right. Yeah.
it is great down there though. I mean, it's all times a year it's worth going, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Um, place you are most looking forward to playing in the SEC, obviously not including Alabama.
So I've looked at a lot of stadiums from the SEC. I mean, they're all pretty sick, but
Yeah,
honestly, environment wise, I would love. I'm so excited to be a part of going to Ole Miss. Ole Miss is just like unbelievable. Their whole student section, they're filling up the stands every game. Attention's just crazy.
that's right. And you hope to be like in a position where they're like shouting, they're kind of taunting you because that means right. That means you're good enough that they want to mess you up, right? So
Oh yeah.
that's crazy. That's awesome. Pre-game routine. One thing in your pre-game routine that you can't do without.
Um, I gotta have some music in my ears. I gotta get going. I'll socialize with my teammates a little bit, but for the most part, I'm just locked in. I'm focused on what I'm about to do next and the game.
So the music answer was good. It wasn't quite detailed enough. What music are we listening to pregame?
It really depends what I'm feeling that day, but my brother's got a whole playlist of like classic rock songs, so I'll throw on sometimes. And then if I'm feeling like, if it's like an RFH game, I just want to, I'm angry, I'm in a football mood. I'll throw on some like
Some death
rap.
metal?
Yeah, maybe that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Morning person, yes or no?
Sometimes, yes. Going to the gym, like on summer days, like going to the gym at like 8 in the morning or something, I enjoy doing that. Just the environment there. I like early baseball games, but waking up early for anything else like school, I'm just like, oh. But yeah, I like mornings.
Here's the tough one. What's one thing we don't know about Sean Griggs?
Uh, um, I gotta say, I don't lose much in cornhole. I love cornhole. It's just super fun to like have out in the summer. I'll play against all my friends or family is over. Um, yeah, I definitely perfected my craft in cornhole.
So we got SEC football tailgates coming soon. Cornhole master. I see these two things like going together at some point here. I think you're gonna be all right. And maybe these NIL rights you can use to somehow make some money off your skills. I don't know.
Oh yeah, hopefully.
Um, best part thing, favorite part of New Jersey.
It's got to be down to the shore, going to the beach. Um, just nice summer day. Got your nice tan going. Playing with all your friends, going to the ocean. It's got to be going to the beach.
Follow-up question to that is, what's the beach of choice then?
So I personally like Manasquan. That's where all my friends go. But if we're having like a family night, like 4th of July or something, I go to we go to a beach club in Allenhurst, and we'll spend most of the day there. And that's definitely a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Bring it back to a serious question here as we kind of wrap up. You're going to be at the point over the next couple of years, right? I mean, you mentioned like the older guys to you. Soon enough, you're going to be the older guys to the guys who are like in 7th and 8th grade now. That they're going to be like, look, there's Sean Griggs. He's going to SEC. I'm going to pay attention to what he's doing. What advice or what would you tell kind of now that you've gone through this in the last year or so to a 7th or 8th grader, kind of like a middle school guy who really wants who loves the game, wants to play in college, learning what you've learned the last couple of years, what would you tell them?
So my advice to those kids, I mean, obviously they're real young. They got some time to work with. Definitely just grind every day out, like hit the gym, like perfect their crafts. I mean, if you're going to a tournament, and just like reach out to some college schools that you're really interested in. And honestly, just like keep going, just don't give up on anything. And things are going to play out if you work hard, definitely. So, and then obviously you're going to have your teammates, like, turn to your teammates if you ever need help. So, and your coaches, they're there to help for a reason. So like, honestly, just get all the help you can get and work hard, and things should go well.
Definitely. Non-public baseball in New Jersey is always crazy. Last thing, get us hyped for Red Bank this year. No Shane Panzini, but tell me what's coming back.
Oh, we gotta get back to that championship game. That one was a heartbreaker against St. Augustine, but I talked to all our teammates. We're all pumped up. We can't wait, but it's definitely going to be a grind to get there. I mean, obviously you got Shane on the bump against Eustis that really helped us a lot, but I mean, we got some depth. We could work with some things and definitely make it back there. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. So are we. We can't wait to see you in action this year, Sean, and we appreciate the time coming on today.
Thank you, Mike. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely. Sean Griggs, our guest today, Jersey Baseball Show. We bring it closer to the high school season, April 1st, opening day. We are excited to get going and seeing how everybody does, and certainly keeping our eyes on Red Bank. That's it for the show today. We look forward to catching everyone next time.